Good Tuesday morning, Toronto. This is Breakfast Television. My name is Sid Sixero. Good to see you. According to a recent report from the Royal Bank of Canada, Toronto is now the most expensive market for real estate, beating out Vancouver for top spot for the first time in a while, like decades. High demand has resulted in record-breaking price growth, with sales held back only due to lack of supply. So what does 2022 have in store? Joining us this morning with a look at some of the trends for the market year this year is Tasis Giannoukakis of Century 21 Canada. Tasis, good morning. How you doing, man?
I'm very good, Sid. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. Although, if you're looking for a place to live, it's a little bit more tricky. The Toronto market is on fire. Toronto home price is averaging $1.2 million. That's up 12% from last year. Tasis, why is this happening?
Yeah, no, that's actually the forecasted price for 2022 is 1.2. This year it was at 1.9, which is still astronomical growth of almost 18%. And the truth is the biggest issue is supply is through the roof, or sorry, is the opposite. Demand is through the roof. People are taking advantage of interest rates, and COVID has just caused a huge shift in how people are living, right? Shift from downtown to out of the city, et cetera. But really the greater problem is the supply, right? People were weary of selling their house during COVID for obvious reasons. Then you have the catch-22 of people don't want to sell until they buy, but they can't buy because the market is.
Oh, the market is a little frozen, Tasis. It is. Thank you, Devo Brown. Appreciate you. You know what? We're going to try and reconnect with Tasis, but I'm going to put my real estate hat on here in a second. Oh, the gremlins are out of the system. Tasis, can you hear us?
I can hear you, yeah.
Hey, we got you. All right, let's, before the Wi-Fi maybe acts up again, it's good to see you. Let's get to some tips here of what people need to know in terms of navigating through this difficult market right now. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. I would say number one, obviously self-serving, but hire a realtor. In a market like this where things are moving so quickly and fast, your neighbor could be selling their house last night for a new record price that's $200,000 higher than what you thought. So it's important to have that knowledge immediately. Not to mention, trying to navigate the situation now where there's 10, 20, 30 offers on a house sometimes. Is a daunting task. So you definitely need that assistance of a realtor. I think a couple other pointers to keep in mind is things like what happens if your house doesn't appraise. There's so many people buying houses now without conditions and without a condition on finance that could be a challenge, because typically the bank is going to finance you based on the appraised value. So in theory, just because the bank said you're qualified for $1 million and you have $200,000 as a down payment, and you buy it for $1.2 million, what happens if that property appraises at $1.1 million? Because the bank is going to lend based on the $1.1 million, which could mean that buyer is going to have to come up with close to $100,000 additional down payment. So, which brings us to point number 3, hire a realtor that's going to explain that kind of stuff to you, right? So,
yeah, that's a good idea.
It's no joke, right? It's serious stuff that I think a lot of the people just don't get it sometimes, right? They think I'm qualified, but no, you're qualified based on the appraisal, not on what the purchase price is.
I really never thought hiring an agent was a big deal, but for some people it is. Listen, they don't like to give up commission. I get it, but yeah. I don't know all the laws, so I kind of need the help, Tasis. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just to me it wasn't that difficult to think, but I understand for others it's not. It's more of a nuanced discussion. Tasis from Century 21 Canada. This market situation is going to be enthralling for a while. Let's do this again. Have a great day. Thanks, sir.
Excellent. Thank you.
Take care, brother.